Wow, what a great book we have gotten for season 72. FRC season 72 reading challenge will be super bomb. This book is awesome. Still like an artist. Can you imagine? I've had this book for quite a long time. But somebody just started talking about it online. I said, wow, let me check this book again. And here I have this masterpiece of a book, Still Like an Artist by Kleon. 10 things nobody told you about being creative. Number 1, still like an artist. Number 2, don't wait until you know who you are to get started. Number 3, which is chapter 3, write the book you want to read. Chapter 4, use your hands. Chapter 5, side projects and hobbies are important. Chapter 6, the secret, do good work and share it with people. Chapter 7, geography is no longer our master. Chapter 8, be nice, the world is a small town. Chapter 9, be boring is the only way to get work done. Chapter 10, creativity is subtraction. Creativity. There's so much that this book is going to teach you. And guess what? This book by the audio book is just 1 hour on the dot. This morning I've gone through this entire book just in 1 hour, reading with the audio book and also with the hard book. And I've always encouraged you, the hard book is super important. I went through this book and the things I discovered in this book is not something I can just share alone. It's something I need to ask you to discover for yourself. All advice is autobiographical. It's one of my theories that when people give you advice, they are really just talking to themselves in the past. This book is me talking to a previous version of myself. These are things I have learned over almost a decade of trying to figure out how to make art. But a funny thing happened when I started sharing them with others. I realized that they aren't just for artists. They are for everyone. These ideas apply to anyone who's trying to inject some creativity into their life and their work. That should describe all of us. In other words, this book is for you, whoever you are, whatever you make. So who are this book meant for? Creators, people who want to be creative or aspiring creatives or creators. So it means you are actually one of the people that was had in mind when this book was written. Please, this book, I don't even know what to tell you, because every chapter of this book is just massive. Nothing is original. The writer Jonathan Lethem has said that when people call something original, 9 out of 10 times they just don't know the reference or the original sources involved, and that's true, perfectly true. What a good artist understands is that nothing comes from nowhere. All creative work builds on what came before. Nothing is completely original. It is right there in the Bible. There is nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. Some people find this idea depressing, but it fills me with hope. As the French writer André Gide put it, everything that needs to be said has already been said. But since no one was listening, everything must be said again. If we are free from the burden of trying to be completely original, we can stop trying to make something out of nothing, and we can embrace influence instead of running away from it. What is originality? Undetected plagiarism. The genealogy of ideas. Every new idea is just a mashup or a remix of one or more previous ideas. Here's a trick they teach you in the art school. Draw 2 parallel lines on a piece of paper. Look at these lines. Okay, can you see it? Those 2 lines. He said there's the first line the second line, but then there's a line of negative space that runs between them. See it, 1 + 1 then gives you 3. This book is out of the ordinary. A good example is genetics. You have a mother, you have a father, you possess features from both of them, but the sum of you is bigger than their parts. You are a remix of your mom and dad and all of your ancestors. Just as you have a familiar genealogy, you also have a genealogy of ideas. You don't get to pick your family, but you can get to pick your teachers, and you can pick your friends, and you can pick the music you listen to, and you can pick the books you read, and you can pick the movies you see. You are, in fact, a mashup of what you choose to let into your life. You are the sum of your influences. The German writer Goethe said, "We are shaped and fashioned by what we love." If I go on and on and on, there is so much to pick out from this book. There is so much. And while reflecting, I saw one person that have really maximized the use of this book. Maybe he may not have seen this book, but he has maximized this book completely, is Bishop Oyedepo. Somebody who knows how to tap from other people. He read everything Kenneth Hagin ever wrote without going to see Kenneth Hagin until they eventually saw much later. He had already carried and imbibed and, tapped from the, all the talents, all the creativity, all the anointings of Kenneth Hagin before ever seeing Kenneth Hagin. He did the same with Archbishop Idahosa, Benson Idahosa. And today, Bishop Oyedepo is not a match of anyone. Is in his own world. So there's so much. See this one. He said, school yourself. School is one thing. Education is another. The two don't always overlap. Whether you are in school or not, it's always your job to get yourself an education. That's true. So don't say I didn't go to the university. I started reading much earlier before I went to the university. And that's why I'm talking about book like this. Because the information, the education I've got from reading books is even much more than people who have gone to the university. I'm telling you. I remember someone said that 90% of what makes a man never came from school. So school is one thing, education is another. So school up yourself by educating yourself in reading books. You have to be curious about the world in which you live in. Look things up. Chase down every reference. Go deeper than anyone else. That's how you get ahead. Google everything. I mean everything. Google your dreams. Google your problems. Don't ask a question before you Google it. You will either find the answer or you will come up with a better question. Did you hear that? It's either you get the answer or you find a better way of asking that question. Whether I went to school or not, I would always study. Someone said this, RZA. So there's so much that this book is going to teach us. And it's simple, easy to read. If you see it, you see just, see. Fake it till you make it. Here you will understand the originality of that word. Some people have even mixed up that context of a word. Fake it till you miss it. It's this book that will give you proper explanation of what it means to fake it till you make it. It's a start copying, and it differentiated the difference between copying and plagiarizing somebody's work. He said, nobody is born with a style or a voice. We don't come out of the womb knowing who we are. In the beginning, we learn by pretending to be our heroes. We learn by copying. We are talking about practice here, not plagiarism. Plagiarism is trying to pass someone else's work off as your own. Copying is about reverse engineering. It's like a mechanic taking apart a car to see how it works. So practice, but don't plagiarize. So you go and on. You talk about imitation is not flattery, research. Talked about research and plagiarism. Talks about good theft and bad theft. This book discussed It's a write what you like, not what you know. So go ahead and write what you like, what you would like to read. Write it. So this book, what else am I going to tell you? It says step away from the screen. So this one is massive. But let me go to a particular chapter. It said practice productive procrastination. This is another chapter you cannot miss. Practice productive. There's a way to make your procrastination very productive. I won't tell you. If I tell you, then why will you now read the book? So listen to this again. He said, don't throw any of yourself away. Don't. You will need it. If not now, much later. Then the secret, chapter 6. Do good work and share it with people. This book was actually written before the advent of internet, or at the early part of the internet, 2012, yes. But this book already knew so much that the internet will play a part. This book, like I said, was written in 2012, and there was already internet. The early part of internet has already started, and it says something. It's I get a lot of emails from young people who ask, how do I get discovered? I sympathize with them. There's a kind of fallout that happens when you leave college. The classroom is a wonderful, if artificial place. Your professor gets paid for teaching you and all that and all that and all that. They say soon after you learn, the most of the world doesn't necessarily care about what you think. It sounds harsh, but it's true. It's not that the people are mean or cruel. They are just busy. They are just busy. People are just busy. This is actually a good thing. But to want attention only after you are doing really good work. There's no pressure when you are unknown. So there is, in the beginning, obscurity is good. But now look at this one. It said, did not so secret formula. If there was a secret formula for becoming known, I will give it to you. But there's only one not so secret formula that I know. Do good and share it with people. It's a step 2 process. Step 1, do good. It's incredibly hard. There are no shortcuts. Make stuff every day. Know yourself going to suck for a while. Fail. Get better. Step 2, share it with people. Do good. Fail. Whatever it is, learn from your mistakes. But don't keep it to yourself. Share with people. Even your mistakes can inspire somebody. Even your excellent work can encourage someone. So then in the midst, it says, step 1 again, wonder at something. Step 2, invite others to wonder with you. You should wonder at the things nobody else is wondering. If everybody is wondering about apples, go wonder about oranges. The more open you are about sharing your passions, the closer people will feel to your work. Artists aren't magicians. There's no penalty for revealing your secret. So this book is just wonderful. You can't afford to miss reading this book. Just 5 days. In 5 days, we will have completed reading this book. Thank you as you join us on Monday. And if you want to join us, all you do is to chat up this number, 080-238-99340. There's another number we made this display on the screen, but please don't miss out this book. Small but powerful book. You see this head? I'm getting so much into this head, and soon the world is going to hear about it. Join. Thank you, and God bless you.